Well, welcome to the beautiful and sensational Napa, California, which begs the question, why am I here on such a stunning, beautiful California sunny day? Well, naturally, Doug Sewell with Sewell Motorcoach found an RV in California, and he was very interested in it, so he sent me to take a look at it. So I flew all the way into Sacramento, California, and I took a ride. So we traveled from Sacramento into beautiful Napa, California. Saw all the beautiful vineyards for the world famous of wine, but that's not why we're here. We're here, if you guys know anything by now when it comes to Doug Sewell with Sewell Motorcoach, he has an unflinching admiration for Newmar motorhomes. So we're going to take a look at a 2013 Newmar Dutchstar, and then we're going to head over to the storage facility, take a look at it. If everything goes okay, next time I see you, we'll be on the road, traveling, and doing an inspection back at the shop.
So the doors are closed here.
Looks like you had the vinyl upholstery problem that
Yeah, they all do.
that they always do.
So this one
But I
here-
think Doug knew about that, right?
Yeah, he saw it in the pictures.
Yeah.
This one here.
No, it's
and
an
this
absolute
one's
shame. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one here, I sat on this, so you can use it or not. I
All
don't
right.
care.
Not a problem.
You're good to go.
The fire's right up.
And these are, you have to read which one works for which now.
No, Newmar does everything weird when it comes to the shades. They label
they
things
do.
that I think are visors as shades, and shades are visors.
Well, anyway, these are the two.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then do you know where the ones in the back are?
Yes.
Okay, they're in the bedroom back there?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. There, you can finally get a good look at it all the way around. I was expecting a 45 footer, but this one looks like it's a 37, 35, so about 38 feet. So shorter than my RV. It says it has a 400 horsepower Cummins in it. I do see the slide out topper fabric is bad. And there were obviously a few things up front, the windshield, the upholstery, and the entry door awning Doug already knew about. So that wasn't a surprise. The seller seems to be very honest and upfront and easy to work with. And look at that, not even a rusty frame under here. Help sign some paperwork, facilitate the process, and we'll be on the way. All right, well, just got off the phone with Doug. You're all set. All right, drive, park brake. That sound is the sound of the door lock. To reduce wind noise, a Newmar exclusive. Oh, would you believe it? A 7-Eleven with a pull-through truck stop. $20 gallons, $107. And I will see you guys in Arizona. All right, guys, well, we made it safely back here to the shop with the 2013 Newmar Dutchstar. We'll go ahead and start the inspection. Of course, we always start at the roof there, but I have to run the slide-out room to do that. And I figured, since I have the compartment doors open anyway, we might as well just peek our head in on each one to see what's in there. Just a standard Newmar front chassis electrical bay right there. Open up the generator slide with that handle. Now, when I talked to the previous owner, he said he just put on new tires about a year ago, and these are Toyo's 29-22, so the 29th week of 2022. So these are pretty new tires. What I thought was interesting is that this has propane on it. It does have a propane stovetop and propane refrigerator. I only thought that was unique because a few days back we do have an Oasis hydronic heater, so a diesel heater for both furnace and domestic hot water. So usually you get that with an all-electric, but like my RV, you get a propane tank for stove and at the time refrigerator. Just behind the propane is going to be the batteries. You have 4 6-volt batteries. The previous owner said these are about a year old, and it looks like they need to have some servicing done to it. Pass-through storage bay there with central vacuum cleaner above. We already saw that. Standard Newmar water bay right here. Look underneath for any signs of obvious damage or rust, but I don't see any. Move over here. This does give a 50 amp servo with a power cord reel on it. Very nice. And luckily, it's still in good shape. And then just another bay storage right here. Nicely, this does have side discharge radiator, which is a nice feature to have. And this is already a short diesel, so you don't normally get that on a short diesel. The only thing it does have is the standard Newmar loose engine grill. 400 horsepower Cummins turbo diesel. So in this back bay is going to be where the engine batteries are. These are newer batteries too. He said about a year old, but they're about 11 months old now. Right in front of that, it's just going to be where the depth is located. So this is a 2013, so it does have diesel exhaust fluid. I will say he did admit to doing a bad decision with his entry door awning, and if you can see that arm sticking out, he left it out when he drove it. So that is on the list of things that Doug knew about. Right here would have been, normally on most Newmars, they add the pegboard right there as found space because the wastewater tanks and the freshwater tank is on the other side of that. So it's just found space. Nice feature that Newmar gives you. They do have a basement pull out, and thankfully it's not motorized. It does go, I'd call it 3/4 of the way back, even though it does go over the top of the other bay. This is going to be your main storage bay. Of course, your other storage bay, because this is a short diesel, so space is a premium here. Usually set up for like a basement refrigerator. So that was the exterior of it. In really good condition. I didn't see any damage on the outside. We'll go inside and I'll point out something pretty substantial. They've even made a video about it before, but the manufacturers, Thor, Winnebago, Tiffin, Newmar, Forest River, all have problems with their upholstery fabric that got used. So this is no exception to it, and there's not much left of that fabric. It's important when you're buying a used motorhome, about from 2010, 2011 to about 2018, to do your real due diligence on this fabric. It falls apart. This is not owner neglect whatsoever. Nothing wrong was put on there. The fabric itself was built with flaws. And like I said in the other video, it's really obscene that the manufacturers haven't stood behind their product that didn't even make it 5 years without falling apart. Doug's already aware of this. I have no doubt he's going to be replacing all this when he gets this RV. But that's 2 captain's chairs, 2 sofas, and a dinette booth. All have to be replaced. Besides just being dirty because it came just out of storage right there, I didn't have any problems mechanically with this RV whatsoever driving it. Now on this 400 horsepower Cummins, it looks like the previous owner has been keeping up to date on its services. So the fuel filters were changed out just a year ago, along with the air filter right above. So it has been well loved. I do have to put the slide out rooms out now so we can get up on the roof, but I do like to show you guys what it looks like with the slide out rooms in, because it does have 4 slide outs on it. That the front area right here is very large, open, and spacious. Passengers can sit in that sofa or the dinette very easily. Get access to the galley kitchen area very easily. It gets a little bit tight right here. So this does have water in the door on the RV refrigerator, but it's going to be difficult to get anything on that side. This is the only side you'll probably be able to get any access to with that slide out room in, because this all the way down to that point is part of the slide out room. Obviously with the freezer door, you can't even open it up all the way. The only thing you could really do is walk past it, then open it up, and now you can get access to it. So definitely not ideal right here. Should be able to see my shoulders are touching the refrigerator and the wall. It gets even a little bit narrower after this point right here. The bathroom door does hinge and opens up the right way, I guess, but again, you will have to turn sideways to get through this door. But once you're in here, you can get access to the toilet and the shower okay, because it's not affected by the slide out room. Get back out to the bedroom, you have to close the door. It's usually going to be easier to turn sideways at this point. Otherwise, we go past here, and you're not going to get past to the closet without hopping over the bed. It's a queen size bed, so this is the end of the road back there. And with that, we can finally put the slide out rooms out. Now all these slide out rooms will be electric. All right, that's one down. A lot more room back here now. We'll do the other fun. Okay, I have to make my way back up front to the last two slide outs. All right, door side. This does have the upgraded Newmar slide out locks right there. Which have been so much more reliable than those electric slide out locks that they used in the previous generations. Those things have been something of a nuisance. They'd flip out from the side of the slide out box. Not a big fan of those. All right, so a lot more living room space in here now. But enough on the inside. Let's go back outside and do our inspection. So with the slide out rooms out, now I can at least take a look at the slide out seals on the side. Take a look underneath. Make sure we don't see anything rotten or damaged. Seals look really good. Not seeing an issue from the ground level here. A little bit concerning with the wrap on that slide out topper. All right, I don't see any damage down below. Seals look really good. Those are just like spider webs. So far so good. Just like every RV, we'll take a look at the underside of the gutters. We're doing this too to make sure it's not coming loose. Seals look pretty good. And that's the color that it's supposed to be under here. This is more like a OSB, and they just decided not to paint it all, I guess, at Newmar. Everything looks good there. And underneath here, no rot, no signs of damage. All the seals look really good. Let's see, I did notice the slide out topper. We'll see that on when we get above. I saw that in California. I think the fabric was bad on it. And then on the sides, look at that, they've incorporated everything we need. Everything looks really good underneath right here. Even that looks pretty good. A little bit touch-up sealant right there on that body molding. We're looking pretty good for a 10-year-old motorhome, right? All right, so like all these roof inspections, if it has a rear ladder on it, I do want to climb up the rear ladder so I can test it out, make sure that it's not loose or broken. A lot of times the plastic right here on those screws like to crack, and so when you step on them, the whole rung will break. Now this is a Newmar gel coat fiberglass roof on here. Now I won't deny the roof is a little bit dirty, but we did just pick it up from the storage facility as is, and we saw where it was parked underneath the tree. And gel coat fiberglass just means this is put in a mold like a normal fiberglass panel would be. It's all one piece. It's not a sheet material that gets laminated down. This is a traction strip that's been added on. It's just like a rolled on with a paint roller. And you can see the radius does come over to the side and is mechanically fastened. We start back here. I do like to walk the seam between the rear cap and the roof itself. Now there's a fiberglass gel coat rear cap on it. This is a Turnabond roof repair tape used as a almost a cosmetic seam. It's sealed up really well underneath here. I'm not a big fan of Newmar using it because inevitably right here where people walk, it will get torn. And once this tape gets torn, it doesn't really serve a purpose because now water has a channel underneath that TPO membrane to get underneath. And honestly, the seal underneath here is very robust. It's just mostly a cosmetic, a little bit of flashing to redirect water. There's again a decorative stick-on body molding. They're just using clear silicone. Could just be cleaned up a little bit. The gutter's a little bit dirty. I do like to look down the sidewalls, like I've said, make sure they're not wavy or bubbly. A lot of times dryer vents will be the number one leak for water to come in and start damaging sidewalls. This is just a clear silicone sealant to be used as a cap seal on the molding and the gutter there. Take a look at the roof. Now this is a rubber roof, or an EPDM rubber roof on all the slide outs. Newmar still does this to the day. I have opinions about that, but otherwise it's looking pretty good. And while I thought that maybe this fabric might be damaged or torn, it doesn't look like it is. It just had a wrinkle in it. Want to grab these and make sure they're not loose. Take a look underneath on the front of the slide out room here. And I think we look pretty good there too. I look down the sidewall, I don't see an issue. I did skip over the sewer vent. This is a Newmar specialty. They use the cheapest sewer vent possible. The plastic doesn't like to survive after a few years, and so you have to replace a $3 sewer vent with a $5 sewer vent that won't have this problem. I don't know why Newmar hasn't just spent $2 extra. Because look at that, the sealant's still in good shape. It's just the plastic failed, and it's gonna crack, and it's cracked right there. Take a look over here. This is just a self-leveling acrylic sealant, like a Dicor. Haven't seen any problems with that. Look on the side here, not the cleanest sealant job I've ever seen, but it is working. Sidewall doesn't look wavy. We've already pointed out the loose radiator grill down there. And while the other radius paint looked pretty good, this side is starting to get quite sunburnt. You can see the clear peeling on it too. All right, I made my notes on that. We'll go ahead and take a look at the top of this slide out. Again, a rubber roof right here. These are the new mechanical slide out locks that Newmar's been using. I don't know, is that a crack? I guess that's a little bit of a crack right there in the plastic, in that trim right there. I guess I could recommend we seal that up just a little bit. Otherwise, look really good. Even this fabric, even though it has a little bit of debris on it, it's not in bad shape. It's not loose. And we look pretty good there too. So let me just make a note on the other bracket over there. It looks like the gutters could stand to be cleaned out a little bit, but otherwise the seal looks really good. Wish I could say about the clear, but a lot of times they go very light on the roof when they do the clear, and that's what happens. Now, like every roof inspection I do like to try to walk as much as I can to feel for any soft spots. It is more difficult to look for cracks when it's so dirty like this, but I think we noticed at the storage facility that this AC shroud is cracked. I will still lean up against it and make sure it's not loose, but luckily that AC is not loose and it's not rotten in front of it. We do have the skylight in the shower, the bathroom area right here. Again, self-leveling acrylic sealant. Somebody's been touching it up. Yeah, there's some cracking in it, but it's all superficial cracking, nothing I would really worry about. But we would want to make sure the plastic itself isn't cracked. And I feel like right there are some small cracks coming in. Let me see if I can point them out a little bit better. Yeah, there's a few cracks starting in there. So that's a decision to be made. If you replace the entire skylight for that, no, you got to. Look at that. It's a good thing I pushed right there. It's cracked. All right, so we need a new skylight. I would have initially said this looked fine, but just with a little bit of more inspection, we did see some problems with it. So this whole skylight needs to be replaced. I would have said you could have just sealed over the top of it because they were just superficial cracks, but that's not a superficial crack. All right, we'll go to the first vent right here. Look for the base of it. The sealant looks pretty good. Now this is a fantastic vent, and I want to see if I can see the flange and make sure I don't see any cracks going up on it. Make sure that the lid itself isn't cracked. We do have a solar panel here. I do know the solar is working because the controller's up front by the slide out switches, and I did see that working while I was using it, or using the RV. I'm not a huge fan of whatever might be going on right here. Hopefully the loom doesn't go into the roof. If the loom goes into the roof, that's a path for the water to get in there. And that's why I don't put loom on roofs very much, because they do just fall apart. No, they didn't go into the roof with the loom, so that can just be touched up. I'm glad to see that. I have seen a lot of people put loom into the roof, but because it's split loom, water gets in there and that's just a gutter straight into the roof. So don't put split loom into a roof ever. See, the feet look okay. Okay. I know it's a little bit of crazing cracking right there, but that's just superficial in the sealant. The paint's peeling on this side of the radius too up here. Another fantastic vent. Somebody's touched up the tiny superficial cracks on it, but I'm not seeing anything else to be concerned about. Like any other vent out there, I think they should all have vent covers on them so they're functional. Now there's a A&E or Dometic Weather Pro awning on this side. I didn't grab the controls for that, but I'll take a look at it later. No slide out topper on the galley main slide out here, so it does have a lot of debris on it, but it's a good way to inspect the roof. That's why it's so much easier to inspect when there's not a slide out topper. Go ahead and take a look all the way down. I'm not seeing anything wavy on the sidewalls either, and it does have a cap seal on all the windows. I do like to have a cap seal on the top of the windows to help redirect the water when it's raining. Okay, we got our second AC right here, and a second broken AC shroud right here too. So that's 2 AC shrouds we need to replace. Paint still peeling up here too. Sealant's all intact on the gutter there. There's that torn slide out topper I was telling you about. So this fabric does need to get replaced. But right there, what'll happen is the water will puddle and will overrun down right on top of the slide out room right there. And none of the seals on top of the slide out room are designed to handle a huge inrush of water. Having a damaged fabric is actually worse than having no fabric whatsoever. From Newmar, they like this gimmick for sure. They've been doing it for decades. This one's from Zamp Solar. There's a battery maintainer for the chassis battery. It's just a way to say that it has solar already built into it. Its maintenance is just a little bit higher charge rate than the natural discharge rate of a battery. You cannot do anything with this. That's a straight gimmick. On top of the slide out room here, look for any damages, anything torn. Not seeing anything there. The box looks really good, sealant's intact. Look at the same thing over here. We're looking pretty good. They did have the other sewer vent right here replaced with one that's not going to fall apart, and it's pretty new. Somebody just recently did this. Even the sealant feels still pretty new. Somebody did a good job. They chose the right sewer vent. Those work. Does have the Winegard bat wing antenna with the wingman support on it. It's still original, hasn't been damaged. That's a good sign. The boots usually like to tear on this one. It's starting to fall apart, but hasn't torn yet. I'm really surprised that none of the whip antennas are broken. That's a really common problem for Newmars, to have the radio antennas, the masts to break. But it's not broken. Here we have a Winegard Traveler. Mounts look pretty good. I'm not a big fan of having an exposed connection right there, nor am I a big fan of so many screw holes for the cable clamps. It's a lot of extra holes in the roof that we didn't really need. And where's it going into the roof? Oh, right there. Okay. It looks fine. So likely there was a domed unit here originally. That's what I'm guessing, because something was here before. We have a GPS, Sirius, and strangely enough, a GPS and Sirius antenna right here. Not sure what's going on. Maybe there was an outside radio I missed. I don't know why you'd need GPS for an outside radio though. I don't know. Alright, we'll take a look. There's our missing entry door awning. They did plug in the holes. Luckily it didn't damage the entry door or the sidewall, just the awning itself. Yeah, they even covered up the hole for the wiring. They did a good job on that. So that sealant looks fine. We have another transition between the roof And the front cap, same roof repair tape right there. I'm not seeing any issues with it. The air horn trumpets proudly displayed here, not falling apart, not hidden underneath the cap in shame. There's that little bit of cracking right there. I said we might want to reseal this front seal right here. Yeah, I'd want to reseal that. You can kind of see there's a gap in the window cap seal there too, so when water runs down it's going to be sitting right there. So I would like to reseal that too. A little bit of a loose trim on the windshield gasket there, but I think this might be getting a new windshield anyways because there's a few big chips in it, but I don't know. Let's see, clearance lights, I'm not seeing an issue with those. I'll just go ahead and walk gingerly right here to make sure that nothing's cracked. But overall, this roof is in really good condition. The previous owner's been keeping up on maintenance on it. Looks to me like we got the skylight just in time, and those AC shrouds have probably been cracking for a little bit and have survived the trip from California, over 1,000 miles, just fine. So it's not vital, but it's something I would replace those two AC shrouds too. Obviously, that slide out topper material should be replaced. I'm ready to get off the roof, do the inspection on the rest of the RV, and then I'll take you guys through it right at the end of it, just like we do all the time. So I'll see you in a few seconds for you, but it'll be hours for me. Bye. Okay. All right, the patio awning looks like it's in pretty good shape here too. Just don't see any real damage with the fabric. Even the remote works. I do like to check where it meets up with the metal wrap right there and make sure that it's not loose, and it's not. Just one more test to do. Perfect. And by the way, this is model number 3735. But I'm done with the inspection. I'll take you through a quick little rundown on the inside of it, but please be kind and understanding in remembering that this is going to be filthy inside right now, but it will get complete detail on the inside and the outside once it gets back to Harrodsburg, Kentucky and Sewell Motorcoach there. So it will get clean. And yes, it does have side view cameras too. I didn't point that out. So 3735, so about 38 feet long. Nice tile on the floor. It is a high gloss tile with glass accent tiles in between. And really, you know how much I love cherry wood. Beautiful cherry wood throughout. The front door does have the retractable screen roller on it. It does have the one feature that I'm not a huge fan of putting all the controls for the entire motorhome right above the stepwell right there. But you can see it does have EMS load shed on it, digital holding tank readings, the inverter, Oasis control, and there's that solar charge controller I was telling you about. So this definitely looks like an aftermarket ZAMP controller. Now, of course, one of Newmar's biggest claim to fame is their cabinetry and their woodworking, and this is all in really great condition. Even the ceiling in 2013 is a little bit more plain than you would probably expect. The spider webs are going to get cleaned out, but it is still real hardwood trim right there. All the fascia, all the crown molding, that's all real wood. And as a Dutchstar, you can do a smart wheel. It does have the comfort drive on it, which will adjust how, I guess, aggressive or loose the steering wheel is, depending on driver preference. I do have the jacks down right now, which is the 4-point automatic hydraulic HWH levelers. Alright, so I got the jacks retracted. I know the most important question is how many miles are on it. We're at 76,554 miles. Above right here will be, again, the entertainment center for Newmar. Not a big fan that they cram it right above the driver's seat because it's kind of hard to access everything over here. But they're all nice brand name Sony equipment there. Behind the driver's seat will be the driver's side front slide out. We did notice that it does have that sofa in it. Now, this sofa does turn into a bed. Again, you have to forgive all the upholstery. But this is a hide-a-bed, and it will flip out. That's just part of the upholstery. We've got a queen size bed. This does have the air bladder on it, so you can air this up to make a fairly comfortable bed out of this if you want your guests to have a comfortable bed. But queen size bed, it's a pretty good size. Now, I know I did say it was tiled throughout the coach, but they do have carpet for the level out floor, so there's no tripping hazard here. It's a nice feature to have. The dinette booth does not turn into a bed. Now, the table does extend out. There's a table leaf in the closet and some folding chairs under the bed, but there are storage drawers underneath right here. But I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea if you want to just take the booths out and put in freestanding chairs. You could do that too. All the windows, thankfully, just have manual day and night roller shades on them. And then just rear of the dinette will be the main TV. A little bit of storage area right above, but all the controls of the TV are going to be above the driver's seat there. On the passenger side front slide out is going to be another sofa. This is just a jackknife sofa. Pretty uncomfortable twin size bed. So put the person in there that you really don't like. On the galley, solid surface Corian countertop. It does have asymmetrical under countertop mounted stainless steel sinks, which can be pretty nice because you get that additional countertop space right here as you still have a small working sink over there. If you need more countertop space, just open up this drawer right there. There's a little handle and you're just going to pull on that and you got a lot more countertop space using the same solid surface Corian countertop. Really beautiful solid wood construction on all the cabinetry. And like I said, it did have a 2-burner Princess stovetop, just like a residential size. So these are a little bit better than the RV 3-burner stovetops. And of course, this whole stovetop cover removes very easily. Right above is going to be the convection oven microwave from Frigidaire. And it does have stone and glass tile recessed into the Corian backsplash behind right there. I guess I should turn the lights on for you. Moving further back will be the refrigerator. This is an RV refrigerator. It does have water in the door and an ice maker up there. Works on propane or 110 power. And this is a Dometic one, so it does have a lock on it so the doors don't open when you're driving down the road. Now, this entire cabinet right here is part of the slide out, like I tried to explain. And it's all solid wood. It's a really nice pantry right in there. That's just going to be access to the plumbing and electrical for the slide out. Directly to the right will be solid wood hinged door to the bathroom. We've already been in here before. That's a porcelain gravity toilet. I have a very similar one. It's very comfortable. Seamless Corian countertop in the vanity. Under countertop mounted right here, so it is seamless. It's just incorporated into it. The exact same backsplash that you'll see in the galley area. Mirrored medicine cabinet above. A couple light bulbs don't work. And it wouldn't be a Newmar if all the electrical breakers and fuses weren't in the bathroom. Now, just across from the toilet will be the shower. This is a seamless fiberglass shower stall. It does have the 3-pane shower door. Not my favorite, and it is a little bit smaller, but this is only a 38-foot diesel pusher. Skylight right above, and it does have a molded fiberglass bench seat in there. Now I would say down there, that's about a foot, 12 inches step up because of the shower door. But I am 6 foot tall, and if I didn't duck, I would hit my head on that for sure. And I mean, because the skylight's right there, I definitely have room, but the shower head's kind of at the height for 6 foot it would be anyways. But otherwise, there is quite a bit of room in here in the shower. When you do step out, you will want to duck down so you don't hit your face on that. One kind of interesting thing that's going on in here, there's a built-in step stool for the vanity, and rather than just being a step, there's storage in it too. So that was a fun little option that Newmar came up with. Now moving further back in the hallway, directly to the left, you'd think this would be the washer and dryer, but it's just more linen closet space and closet space right above. Moving past here, now this is not a solid wood pocket door, but it is real wood veneer. We'll get to the bedroom. It does turn into carpet in the bedroom. I do like carpet in the bedroom. It is a little dirty, but it looks like it'll clean up just fine. The third slide out, we do have a queen size bed. There is storage underneath, and there's those folding chairs, and this does have a central vacuum cleaner. It doesn't look like to me you could upgrade to a king size bed right here. The headboard isn't made out of the same material as the rest of the furniture, so it's not peeling. And of course, across from the bed will be the fourth slide out, where we're going to find all the dresser space, the bedroom TV, and the bedroom DVD entertainment center above right there. Now, I know what you're thinking if you're like me. Yeah, it's a decent height for the TV, but why is it angling that way when the bed's over there? Newmar actually made this on a magnetic latch, so the whole thing does pivot around for the proper TV viewing. So, good job, Newmar. And then past here, this is where we're going to find the washer and dryer. Now, it is a true stacked washer and dryer, so we don't have to worry about a washer-dryer combo not performing well. And past the mirrored sliding closet doors. Full-length closet rod, basically. And there's the table leaf for the kitchen table. So that was this 2013 Newmar Dutchstar 38-foot diesel pusher that Doug had me fly out to Napa Valley to do a quick inspection, pick it up, and then drive it to my shop to do a full inspection on it. I'm going to give him the full report, but I did check in with them. If you guys are interested, remember it has 76,000 miles on it, new tires. The batteries need to be serviced, but they're only a year old. And from what I understand from Doug, he's looking to get $159,000 for it. If you are interested, just give him a call. I will put the phone number down here and in the description down below. I don't know if I'm driving this back to Kentucky or not, but its ultimate destination is going to be Harrodsburg, Kentucky at Sewell Motorcoach there. Thanks again for joining me on this pretty quick trip. Flying into Sacramento, then down to Napa Valley, and then all the way through inland California. While there were some rattles right there, and I didn't close all the windows when I picked up the coach, it drove exquisitely. I didn't have any mechanical problems whatsoever, and I had a great time driving it. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm tired. I'm gonna go home. Bye. I mean, seriously, who in their right mind would be saying no to going to Napa, California? Not me.
Why I'm sitting here telling you stuff,
That's all right.
you know.
You love this rig. I get it.
Well,
I would too.
you know, we did. We did. And
I'm just gonna get on the roof real fast. So I'm just gonna hop up here real fast, okay? Take a look, make sure there's nothing you need to worry about. I guess we get free nuts. I don't know what kind of nuts those are. So, a gel coat fiberglass roof. Oh yeah, that's cracked. Paint's peeling. I think we got all the information we need at this point. I don't see any extravagant or concerning issues so far. So the steering wheel, the comfort steel, so the comfort steel, so the comfort steer, so the comfort drive